It is so super cold out here. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. So, haven't done a video in a while, guys. Kind of feels weird doing one, but it is what it is. We are back from the Homesteaders of America conference. It's been a couple weeks actually, and so I wanted to do a update vlog, kind of update you on the animals, what everything that's going on around here, and lots of changes coming that I'm going to tell you about. So for now, I'm going to take you around with me this morning to do chores. Oh, it's so cold. What are you doing? Huh? Hi. Are you ready to be bred again? I think I might breed you again this week. Yeah. So these are our new rabbit hutches. Mark built these. They're super awesome, super sturdy. They even have shingles on them. Here's our jacked up makeshift wire for the waterer. But they're really great. They're massive. They're easy for me to get into, which is going to be a lifesaver, and I'm really enjoying them. So we have one more that we have to put up to replace that one, and then we'll be good to go. I forgot to turn the water on this morning. The only reason I'm doing chores is because Junior isn't here. He went to work with Mark today, and so Mom is stuck doing chores by herself, which is fine. I like it, but after a while you get used to your kid doing chores, and then it sucks. Hi. Did Junior actually feed you this morning? Early, I guess, huh? Yeah? Yeah. Hi. How's everybody doing in here? You're skinny. You're a skinny thing. You're my little runt. Huh? My little runt. Filling up the duck pond. My hose won't reach all the way, so I'm just trying to improvise. Hey, where'd you go? Come back. Where'd you go? Not you. So we have one little duckling. Remember, we had two ducklings. Well, we had a mishap where one of the ducklings ate a string from the door in the mini coop that we had, and you know, I was concerned because I wasn't sure if it would pass. And you know, about 2 weeks or so went by and it did fine, but then we just found it dead as the doornail the other morning. I think what happened is the string never really passed and it got probably lodged in the intestinal tract. So needless to say, there were lots of tears on Junior's part. It's really hard for kids, especially when you get attached, and especially when you get attached to ducklings, because they are so cute and so loving. But thankfully we have two more ducks, and he has really taken a liking to them, and they like him and they snuggle with him, and so he's not lonely. Trust me, if he were, you would hear him screaming right now. It's an unfortunate part of homesteading, but it happens. Howdy. Would you like some food? Of course you would. Of course you would. So these two are brooders, okay? But we're not using them right now, so I need to move them and get them out of the way. So here's a cold hard reality with kids on the homestead. When you give them chores to do, it's awesome when they get the hang of it. But you really got to check in on them, because a lot of the times they will half but do the job. And so that's kind of what I'm finding today as I come down here and I'm doing the chores on my own. It's really like an every other day thing, or even an everyday thing, to check in on your kids that are doing chores, so that you can make sure your animals are being taken care of. Even at 9, you know, Junior didn't really start doing the chores by himself till last year. So even at 9, he's, you know, he gets distracted. He's a boy, and then some of it's just defiance and he doesn't want to do it. But we firmly believe that in order to make a contributing child to society, that he needs work. And so we make him do it. I could throw up my hands and say, he's not doing it right, I'm just going to take it over, and I have done that a couple of times. But the reality is that that's what he's looking for. You know, that's what kids are looking for. They want to push the button and get their way, and he's not going to get his way. And so he does enjoy it. He really loves doing the chickens. He does not enjoy doing the rabbits. But yeah, we're just trudging through this life of parenthood, and we're learning new things, and most of it's enjoyable, some of it is stressful and nerve-wracking, but we're learning, and he's learning, and overall he's doing a pretty good job. So this is our in-coop rabbit hutch, and right now they're just thirsty. I need to get their other water in there for them. They're going to be butchered probably next week, and then we're going to turn this entire rabbit hutch area into a brooder. So we are hoping to expand and get some meat chickens this winter, maybe even in the next few weeks, and then the meat chickens would actually be housed in there. And the awesome thing is that down here it's wire, and so all the feces would fall to the ground, and it would be a really easy cleanup. And so we're going to utilize this rabbit hutch that we have and transfer out the rabbits and put in meat chickens. All right, chores are done. Let's talk about HOA 2018. Okay, so had to come and do my hair, look semi-presentable for all of you. So the Homesteaders of America conference was pretty incredible this year. It was really amazing. If those of you that don't know, I am the founder of the Homesteaders of America organization and conference. And everybody asked me, how did you even come up with this? How did you get started with this? And honestly, it was just off a whim. You know, I had been approached before about doing an event like this. Friends of mine and I had talked for years about, oh, how cool would it be to have a Homesteaders conference, and how cool would it be to have an event where, you know, all of these people that you talk to on a regular basis can come on together and just be together and have friendship and encouragement and education. And then one day a friend of mine said, you know what, you should really start a homesteading conference. And I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. And so I remember telling a lot of friends that if it was meant to be, then it would all fall together, and I would do it. If it wasn't meant to be, then it wouldn't fall together. I wasn't going to force it, and I wasn't going to do it. And in 2017, our first conference happened in October, and it was a major success. It all fell together. It went flawlessly. Couldn't have asked for a better event. So I thought, you know, that's awesome, but what is 2018 going to bring? You know, am I going to have to work a little harder? Am I going to have more stress? And so naturally, with the event growing and the organization growing, it was a little more stressful. It was a little bit more busy, and but it was worth it. A lot of stuff still fell into place every single month. And we had our second annual Homesteaders of America conference at the Warren County Fairgrounds in Front Royal, Virginia, which is not too far away from me, which is awesome. It was a new venue this year. We outgrew our venue from last year, and so we were kind of getting used to the environment. We had to start all over from scratch. We didn't know how to set up anything, so our AV company had to come in and really make sure that everything was set up great for audio and video and lighting. They are amazing. More than anyone, I want to thank Blue Ridge Event Productions and Richard and his team, because Richard is literally, I say this and I don't think he believes me, but Richard is like my saving grace when it comes to this conference. It's so funny because I'll see Richard's face like coming through the crowd, because he's not much taller than I am, and he's just like smiling. He's always smiling, or he's always got this look on his face, and it's like, okay, I'm back on track. The phone is always ringing whenever I try to do a video, or anything for that matter. Okay, so Richard is amazing. His team at Blue Ridge Event Productions is amazing. He is my saving grace every single year. they make it so that you can hear everything, see everything, learn, and it's wonderful. He sets up our stage, he sets up our lighting, and he's just amazing. And as my husband told me this year, he was like, you don't pay him enough. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I probably don't pay him enough, but budget here, people, help me out so we can grow. But they're amazing. They're awesome. They're priceless, really, when it comes down to it, because this event would not happen without them, plain and simple. So we set up everything in the barn. We had a big barn, and we had 2 big tents this year, and then we had a vendor tent, which was new, and we still had to get used to like setting up the vendors. Where are we going to set them up? How are we going to do this? So we had some issues and setup, but we learned from it, and so we can perfect it next year. One of the issues was that there's a super awesome wooden train in the middle of the property where kids like flock to, and unfortunately we had some vendors there that were getting run into by kids. So we know better next year to not put the vendors near that train. So little things like that we're learning from and growing from. But overall the conference went really, really well. We had some volunteers that didn't show up, which was really hard for us because we were really depending on them, but it happens and you move forward and you adjust. I do want to give a huge shout out though to the Fundamental Home. Her kids, Marquise, Brian, Ricky, Brianna, they are rock stars. Like, they are so amazing because they spent all of their time at the ticket booth and helping with parking. They would run up and grab lunch real quick and they would go back, and this was for both days. I mean, they really rocked it, especially Marquise, Brian, and Ricky. They really rocked the whole conference. We could not have done the conference without them. They were like this last year too, and they are such a huge help. It is a testament to their upbringing as to how willing they are to help us, and just the cause of wanting to further homestead education and really be servants, have a servant heart. They all 4 of them really have a servant's heart, and it's really just wonderful to witness that at the event. I mean, especially as the founder, I appreciate it so much. Words cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. So we've got some little things we're probably going to send to them because they were just amazing. And then, you know, all of our volunteers were awesome that came and showed up. They did a great job. I wish I would have gotten to spend more time with them. My husband, Mark, and Nanda's husband, John, did an amazing job at parking. I felt so bad for them because this is the first year that they've really actually in-depth, hands-on helped us, and they literally were parking cars all day, every day, non-stop. And I felt so bad for them, but they rocked it too, and I really, really appreciate everything that they did. So now, with that said, there are some things that we're going to change next year. We're going to change the ticket booth placement. We're going to change some of the parking issues. Parking, I mean, on Friday morning, because the conference is a Friday and a Saturday, we do that so that you can either be traveling home on Sunday, or if you have to go to church on Sunday, whatever it is, that you can be back home and on your homestead on a Monday morning. Because if you're anything like me, I much prefer to be home on Monday rather than starting my week on Tuesday. So we have it on a Friday and a Saturday, and we're going to change around some of the parking. And so on Friday was our first day, and people started showing up at 7:30, and it was a mad rush for parking. I mean, my husband walkie-talkied me. We have these walkie-talkies. He goes, I have never seen so many cars at one time. And I was like, oh no. And, you know, so it was crazy amount of people came this year. We had between 1,800 and 2,000 people. And that was just mind-boggling that all these people came. And they all had a lot of fun. I talked to so many people. I wish I could have had time to stop and talk to people. Unfortunately, when you're running the event and when you're really volunteering, like committed to your volunteer position, you don't have a lot of time to walk around and like interview with people and talk to attendees and stuff like that. So it's just, it was hard. It was bittersweet because I wanted to talk to so many people, and I had so many people wanting to do like video interviews. So many YouTubers were there. It was crazy. But I just didn't have the time. So guys, please forgive me. I wasn't trying to be mean, but I mean, it was just nonstop the whole 2 days. And on Saturday morning, I got to the conference, and Tommy Alderman from Alderman Farms, I was sitting on a bench and he came up to me, he's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yes, I'm just really, really tired." And he's like, "Okay, I just want to make sure you're okay." And I was okay. I just needed to get a second wind and kind of just sit down and take in everything that was happening, because it was just overwhelming awesomeness. I mean, it was awesome, but it was still overwhelming to just see all of this come to fruition and all of this happening that you did and your team did. And my team is awesome. Nanda, Ann, Tangi did a great job this year. Amanda, oh my gosh, Amanda from the Fundamental Home, she rocked it. Her kids, I see where her kids get it from. She rocked it. I mean, I asked Amanda to do something and bam, she did it. And so because of that, I'm bringing Amanda on in 2019 as my new executive assistant. So Tangi is actually moving on to bigger and greater things. And Amanda is coming in as our executive assistant for the 2019 season. We have a lot of new faces coming in for 2019. We have Amanda from the Fundamental Home. We have Janet Garman from Timber Creek, who's going to be overseeing vendors, along with Kaylee Richardson from the farm on Quail Hollow. So they're going to tag team vendors this year, which is awesome. They're both going to be speakers as well. And then Brian, Amanda's son, he's helping us with all the legalities. We have, business organization, operating agreements that we're working on. And so that's really, really awesome. And he's coming in and helping us with that. And then, of course, I have my 2 LLC partners in the main portion of the LLC, which is Nanda and Ann. So Nanda from Bonterra Homestead and Ann from Farm Grown the Making. They are our business partners. So they literally are partners in this organization with me in our LLC setup. And then for our Virginia setup, because we have 2 separate LLCs for that, we are partnering, Nanda, myself, and Ann are partnered with Rappahannock Media, which is an awesome media company here in Virginia that has helped us from the ground up get this started. It's the media company that I have worked for years and years and years before I started doing this. And so they came alongside us and they were a founding partner as well. So lots of amazing faces coming to you, lots of great help coming to you for 2019. We're expanding and we're growing, and that is really, really awesome. So the event went great. Everything was wonderful. We only had a few snafus. We had, a couple of kid issues where, they might have bumped their head, or, a little one might have wandered off, and that happens in a big group of kids like that. And so we found everybody's parents and everybody was fine. But for the most part, everything went amazing. And you can see that from all the videos that are on YouTube. There were so many YouTubers there. In fact, one of the fairgrounds guys who manages the fairground, he's like, "All these people with cameras." I said, "Yeah," I said, "they're YouTubers, and they literally are just walking around recording, and they're showing people their time and inspiration, and it's really, just really incredible." I mean, HOA 2018 is saturated. The internet is saturated with it. So, and I'm sure there's more videos coming soon. We do have some videos on the HOA YouTube channel that you can check out. We have some more coming out. In fact, I have one coming out this morning as of this recording that I need to get promoted right now. And so yeah, so it's awesome. So thank you to everyone who made 2018 an amazing conference. Jake over at White House on a Hill did all of our video recording for us. All of our sponsors, Layman's, Premier One, Timber Creek Farm, Free Range Yarn, Baker Creek Seeds, Up Close RV, which is a super cool company you guys need to check out, Tasty Worms, Clyde's Garden Planner, Cash Imprints, which does all of our apparel, Logox. Logox was awesome. Logox totally rocked their booth there this year. If you guys have not checked out Logox, you need it on your homestead. Seriously need it on your homestead. So all of our sponsors you can check out online. They were great. All of our vendors were awesome, and all of our speakers were amazing. So we had a really, really great time, and we really hope that, and my husband's going to make fun of me for saying we had a really, really great time. He always makes fun of me when I say that. And we are looking forward and already planning 2019. I can tell you right now that we do have some main keynote speakers already set up. We are taking your suggestions for topics and speakers that you'd like to see come. But we are going to start announcing some of our main speakers in the next couple of weeks, and I think you're going to really, really like them. See, really, really again. All right, guys, that's it for me. I have more videos coming out over the next couple weeks, and I hope you guys had a great time at the conference if you came. We do have a membership portion. If you didn't come, you can sign up for $25 for the year, and you can see all the keynote speakers that were recorded at the conference. So check out HomesteadersOfAmerica.com to get that, and we will see you next year, hopefully. Oh, I forgot to tell you. We, not HOA, have a really, really big secret. See that really, really again? I'm gonna throw out extra really, really. We have a really, really, really big secret coming up for you about the Fewell homestead and some expansions. And no, it's not a house. So, but you'll just have to wait till next time. Bye.